Hey there folks, welcome back to Smithy's Forge. I am the Smithy, and today we're taking a look at Transformers Titans Return Deluxe Class TWINFERNO. Now, this guy is a more or less a modernization of the G1 Monster Bot Double Cross. And you know what, I usually have a major issue when they decide they're going to redub one of the Transformers, like when the Dinobot Slag became Slug, because apparently slag is a curse word in some other country. So yeah, I think it's Britain, actually. I think Britain slag means something. I don't remember. But this is a case where I can actually get behind them redubbing it, because honestly, you're gonna trust an Autobot named Double Cross, and TWINFERNO works for him. I mean, I don't like it when they redo the names, but still, pretty cool. Now, he is, as you can see, a two-headed dragon who is definitely not organic in any way. He definitely looks like a robotic dragon. I mean, his torso is just a box, basically. He is definitely Cybertronian in nature. His wing, you got his, like back here, you got his wings kind of molded in the, not quite out. You got the very thick badonkadonk tail. And yeah, I mean, anyway, so yeah, run through posability real quick, I guess. You know, his wings are back here on these little joints, kind of limited in what he can do. No posability in the tail whatsoever. His hips are on kind of a double, I guess it's weird. It's got this swivel in place here, and you got a hinge right here. It's very limited. His knee is moderately articulated, I guess. You know, you can basically do all the things you would want a dragon to do. A little bit of foot articulation. His arms here are molded into this shape, but they are on a ball joint, so you got good range of motion. And both of his heads here are on swivels. You can get all the way around. You got a hinge right here, kind of limited, but well, help if I had it on camera. But you got a hinge right here, kind of limited. You got, you know, good range of motion with the head here. You can open his mouth up super wide, like, dude, shut up. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, that's basically all there is for articulation on him. All in all, he's pretty fun. And you know, I love dragons, so that's about all I needed to know about this guy. And I'll jump down here to his chest real quick. You see this clear plastic part right here. Flip this open, and you get his little Titan Master. Pop that little sucker out of there. And here we have Dabaru, who is, yeah, he has a little black body, little gray legs, and white arms, legs, and a head. Really going all out on the overall look of these guys. But, you know, if you get a close look in here, he kind of has a little bit of, he kind of has a lion face with an eye patch for some reason. You know, on the back you got his upside down face. You know, standard Titan Master posability of, you know, ball jointed shoulders that are very limited, ball jointed head that's very limited, and I mean, let's be honest, these things aren't meant to do anything other really than sit and Robo Yoga. So, there's the head. And we'll get to a couple comparisons real quick. I mean, you see here he is with Titans Return Hot Rod. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a weird scaling. I mean, car, two-headed dragon. What do you expect? I mean, I guess if you take a look at, like, lengthwise, you know, TWINFERNO's he's still going to be longer just because of what he is. But there he is with that. Throw him in here with Generations Skywarp so you can see where he scales there. I mean, once again, vehicle, dragon, it's gonna be a weird scaling. But, you know, it is what it is, and it is a cool thing. And you have his, before I forget, we have his guns right here, which are basically just mirror images of each other, and like any Titans Return gun set, they can combine into a single gun. And that's actually, I actually like this one. There's a lot of these cases where I really don't care for the way they do these guns, but I like them. You can take little W here, get him into a sitting position, and if you look at the bottom here, you can see he's got these two little pegs for the peg holes in his feet, so you just kind of slide him in like that, and you have his little gun emplacement there. Now, a cool thing about TWINFERNO here is in Dragon mode, you have these two little slots right here, and these nubs right here on the gun peg in. So you can just peg him in there and you can have this little robo dude hanging onto the, like, dude, this is gonna be awesome! Could you imagine that ride? Whew! That actually sounds kind of fun. So, you know, there's that. Take him off of there. We'll get down to transformation here. Now, transformation for him is so simple, but honestly kind of ingenious. So, because he basically gets shorter at the head and taller at the legs. So what we're going to do is to start out, you're going to take his dragon legs, flip his wings back, you know, take his dragon legs, collapse them up into to themselves, and you fold his feet back like that. And do the same on this side. You come back here, you grab the tip of his tail, and you split his tail apart right here. And then if you look up here, there's a, spread his wings, you have a tiny little tab that goes into these. So what you want to do is you want to pull that piece out, and I will tell you this, getting this back into Dragon mode, you're going to have to futz with that a little bit. It's a little difficult. Even, I mean, I've transformed this thing dozens and dozens of times, and you still have that issue. It's just a, honestly, I'd call it a bonus, because you know it's going to take a while to have any issues. So once you do that, you flip that out like that, and his legs will pop apart by now, and you bring his legs down like this. See? And once you get him down, you want to take this part, which will become his foot, you roll it around like this, and then there's this little tab right there that'll go into this little slot right here. And there you have a foot. Yeah, just flip this piece of the tail down onto his leg like that. Do the same on this side, rotate his foot, just press the nub into the little slot right there, flip his tail down, and there's his legs. So, next thing you want to do is, let's see if I can bring my camera up just slightly, make it a little bit easier to work with. Next thing you want to do is you want to come up here. You want to take his dragon arms, you want to fold them facing up like this. You know, you want him raising the roof, as it were. So, what you do then is you grab him by the heads here, and you're going to pull this forward like this, because you see, these red pieces right here have these slots, and these tabs need to go into these slots when you're transforming him. So once you do that, you bring this down like this, and then you pull these pieces around like this, and you'll see this area, this gap right here. This is where his dragon arms need to go into. They just slide right in like that, and then you just peg them into place just like that. Do the same on that side, and I like to splay his wings out, give him kind of a wider look to him. And there you have a headless dragon bot. So, to remedy that, you take Dabaru here and you flip him around, make him do Robo Yoga again. And you just, come on, there we go. Click his head right into place. I will say this, in Wave 1 of Titan's Return, a lot of them had really problematic headmasters or Titan Masters. So a lot of them, like, you'd have to rotate the Titan Master head around to get him to sit in right. They fixed that. From Wave 2 on, I have not had a single issue. If anything, they're a little bit too hard to get in. So now I got that little spiel off my chest. Here we have TWINFERNO in his robot mode. And I mean, if this isn't G1 double cross, nothing is. I mean, come on. This guy looks awesome. I mean, he's a very G1 looking robot with very updated posability, and come on. He's got dragon heads for hands. That automatically gets him at least an 8 on the cool scale, doesn't it? So, I think we'll do things a little bit differently. We'll jump down to his head sculpt first, and, you know, other than his blue visor, it's completely unpainted and very plain. Which is funny considering how, you know, how much personality this whole robot mode has, and the whole figure in general has so much personality, and he just has this very blank face. I kind of like it, honestly. It's just such a stark contrast. I enjoy it. So we'll jump into posability real quick. I mean, you still have his wings here, and you have a basic idea of what he has for posability already. I mean, you have hip joints here, you have the swivel here, you have over 90 degrees at the knee, you have a little bit of foot articulation there, and his feet obviously can spin around. And these, but as you can see, these don't always want to peg in super secure, but it's nothing that's really going to cause a problem with the figure. And you got nothing at the waist, but you do have his shoulder joints, which are, full 360 swivels. You have hinge right here. You have his kind of elbow joint right here. And then you have all the posability from the head. And then, of course, you have the Titan Master ball joint, which is moderately limited, but nothing that's going to keep you from being able to do too much. But, yeah, he's still wicked posable in this mode. If anything, he's more posable, actually. So there's that. And we got grab his double gun here, and you can still store this on his back if you want. Just peg it back. His dragon arm's getting in the way, so you kind of have to splay him out a little bit. But stand him up like that, you can do that, or if you want, you can flip it upside down and he kind of hides it. If anything, it just thickens him out a little bit. But, you can take him apart and you can peg him into the sides of his dragon head hands right here, and boom, TWINFERNO is ready to light it up. Gotta love it. So there's TWINFERNO. We'll jump to a couple comparisons here real quick. Here we have again Skywarp, Generation Skywarp, and he nudges him out a little bit at the head. Actually, no, I think they're about even. I think it's just my table. But, there he is with a slightly older Deluxe Generations figure. And here he is with a more current generation figure. Here he is with Hot Rod, who... Actually, these guys came out in the same wave, and you can see the difference in overall design. I mean, Hot Rod's quite a bit taller. So, there you have that. And that's one thing I love about Titan's Return, is they've varied these guys so much. They're not just like cookie-cutter designs. There's so much personality in these Titan's Return guys. I love them. So, yeah, that's TWINFERNO. Honestly, I'm still finding this guy around my stores. Toys R Us, Walmart. I'm within driving distance of 4 Walmarts. So, you can still find him all over the place. I haven't gotten the next wave around here yet, but yeah, definitely worth picking up. He's one of the more unique ones. And everyone kind of needs a dragon transformer, don't they? Yeah, you do. You want him. You know you do. Go pick him up. He's a cool guy. So, gonna call that good. I'm gonna stop running my mouth. That has been the Transformers Titans Return Deluxe Class TWINFERNO and Dabaru. And this is the Smithy reminding you to stay primed and forge ahead.